There is a male loneliness epidemic because you guys are not being truly honest with yourselves about the fact that y'all don't really like women. You like what we bring to the table, you like what and how we make you feel, but y'all don't actually like us. Women, we naturally pour into each other, give each other compliments, really celebrate all kinds of aspects of every part of a woman, even the dark parts. But with men, we have to only show y'all the fucking sunshine, as if that's the only part that exists in us. It's not only light. Feminine energy is very dark. And a lot of the times we don't even get to share that aspect with you guys because y'all are emotional as fuck. Y'all don't know how to react when we share a part of ourselves that's not like what you look like, that the part that you're most comfortable with. And this is why men need to learn how to be a little bit feminine. That doesn't mean you're being gay. That's your problem. Being feminine, women are strong, strong as fuck. So being feminine is, they act like it's a diss or something. Y'all have this shit misscrewed. And y'all really need to get it together or the epidemic will continue and matriarchy will return. The patriarchy is dying. It's dead.
There is no male loneliness epidemic. All right? I want to repeat that again and shit to you children out there. There is no male loneliness epidemic and shit. What we're seeing right now is a really heavy handed and clumsy social engineering attempt and shit to get people to go back to the plantation and whatnot, okay? Now, I'm talking to black people, okay? I'm talking to black women that feel this way or they think this or that more importantly that you think that way and shit, okay? You're being socially engineered, okay? All right? I think you guys need to do better, okay? You need to do better and shit. You know, the woman in the video is a very large overweight woman, very unappealing and shit. And that's even before I get to her appearance and shit, okay? Psych, right? You guys are used to talking to us like we're children and shit. And even if I was saying this to one of you directly, you would be still talking to me like a fucking child and shit. How can you respect anyone that you talk to but in that manner and shit, that you behave in that manner and shit? You are not suitable for any kind of long-term relationship, okay? You've made yourselves through the veneer of fake feminism, you've made yourself practice girls for everyone else and shit, okay? To be quite honest and shit. And I don't feel the need to say some, not all and shit, because a hit dog hollers and shit. No, a woman with her shit together will not listen to this video, will not think twice about it and shit, okay? You guys are just tragic, you know? You're tragic. Right? You need to get your shit together and shit because the walls are closing in on you specifically because you decided to fire all of your men and shit and lock them away from everyone else and to stifle their growth and shit, mentally and otherwise. Okay? You did this to yourself. Okay? No amount of gaslighting is going to change what is the inevitable outcome of your actions over several generations. Okay? All right? Did you guys you want to push everyone back into slavery of some form or another and shit with yourself on top of us. You're okay as long as you're not sitting on rock bottom. But I want to tell you, you are sitting on rock bottom and shit. You're a bad example to women across the planet, the rest of the world and shit. You black misandrous women, okay? You socially engineered women that you hate the men in your ethnic group and shit. You don't even know why. You just do it and shit. You pass this down to your children. I've seen it. Right? I experienced it. I'm a product of it. All right? Now, I don't know what made you fix your mouth to get on social media and shit, but I accept it and shit, okay? Because that's what majority of you black women do and shit. You sit up on social media every day and attack the men in your ethnic community and shit, genetically speaking and shit, because there is no black community with no unity and shit. And I'm not calling for no unity because you guys are insufferable. And no one's going to make concessions to you, okay? You're good for one thing and shit, unfortunately, and it's your own fault. You took an organic connection and shit and you turned it into a transactional one and shit. You turned yourself into arcade machines, right? You know, pay me for my time, pay me for my uh, uh, fake feelings and shit, my fake expression of emotion and shit. Why would I want to be with your ass and shit? Okay, that's why your men are getting the fuck out and going to other races. All you could think about is white women and shit because you want to be a fucking white woman and shit. Okay, that's all you think about shit. You want to stand out from the crowd and shit, but you don't want true acceptance and true people that love you and shit. You try to destroy them and destroy their dreams and destroy their potential and shit and take over the family and run it into the ground. You don't want anything but toys and baubles and wigs. All right? You want to have a good time, but you don't want to work for this shit. Okay? You'd rather scam and steal and abuse people and shit into submission instead of being truly loved. And that is tragic. All right? You're tragic and shit. This large woman on this treadmill making this fucking video, wagging her finger, wagging her chubby pig in a blanket finger, should be ashamed of herself. And she needs to think about her safety because she seems like she's having some kind of heart issues and shit. And maybe you could do one thing at a time and shit. Do your reps or whatever. Do you however long you're going to be on that fucking treadmill. Then you can make your hate video and shit, okay? But you'll be talking to an empty room and shit because black men are checking out. Black people have been checking out from the rest of the world and shit because we understand the game now, okay? And black men are checking out from black women and shit because it's a sum loss fallacy and shit, okay? It's a losing situation. Now you can't win, okay? You guys want to destroy your own fucking race. You want to run us into the ground and make us extinct and shit. This is one of the reasons that, by 2040, whatever, most of the people in the country will be mixed race and shit, right? It's through your own fucking efforts and shit. And I don't want to hear anything from any of your boosters and shit, okay? You keep running the same people out using the same talking points and shit. And what is your end game and shit? Right? You can't make me ashamed enough to be in an abusive relationship with you. You can't make me ashamed enough to be in a very toxic codependent relationship with you. I'd rather die alone and shit. A lot of men across the board, across all ethnicities, at this point would rather die alone with their peace and shit and not give you anything. You don't deserve shit. You want everything and give nothing and shit. And we understand that we're not asking you for shit. Okay? With applying a very simple edict and shit. Get in where you fit in and shit without cooning or selling out and shit. Okay? And anything we would do with you would be selling out because you're insufferable. Okay? No one wants to be with you. I don't want to look at you with or without clothes and shit. I don't want to be inside you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to hear you talking and shit. Okay? I don't want to know what you're thinking. Okay? I really don't care. It doesn't matter. You guys have been close to the seats of power for a very long time, and you've done nothing but hamstring your own fucking community on all levels and shit. And the fact that you have been given the sacred gift of creating life and squandered it and shit is an epic, Greek tragedy, for all time to come. Okay? We're tired of your bullshit. We're tired of your infancy, the never-ending childish nature of yourself and shit. The fact that you can't govern your emotions and behave, normally in polite society and shit. Why would the fuck would somebody want to see with you? You do the least for your children and shit, and then blame them for their shortcomings, right? Blame them for the shortcomings and shit. Now, I'm disgusted. And I'm never going to stop making these motherfucking videos, right? For those people that are interested in shit. I have several ghost channels. And you won't get any of them and shit. But I'll keep making these bitches until the end of time and shit. Until I croak off and shit. Right? My goal is that black men will be able to live their best life and shit, and be able to finally realize, have self-realization, about who they are, who they could be the greatest they could ever be and shit. Because what we do benefits society and shit, okay? Whether you people like it or not, okay? We're tired of your performative racism and shit. It's ridiculous and stupid. This is 2025 and we've been listening to the same record over and over again for over 147 years and shit. It's time to pick up the needle and, just switch that shit off, okay? It's time, okay? So, you keep, doing your bidding, the bidding of, the minority majority and shit. Keep being middle management of white supremacy and destroy your own community and shit. And you just enjoy sitting in the ruin of whatever that is and shit, the ghetto and shit. That's your construct. That and the scores of useless black men that you complain about every fucking day and shit. Those are the things that you produce. That's your American dream, to make rotten decay and generational malaise, and to destroy there's no wealth gap and shit. There is no wealth because you squandered it. You are high consumers and shit. So everyone else panders to you because they know you'll spend your last dime just to, just to pretend you're somebody. Fuck you.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.